Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase, Agora Murti has his 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovijian order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time-capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada
The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Satsang.
Whenever the self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial, SDHD comes up, giving upon yourself is self-destruction. See, Gandhari, she gave upon herself. Otherwise, Gandhari is a trained queen. She knows dharma. She knows what is right, what is wrong. She should have brought her son up properly, guided her brother Shaguni properly. But this one lady entered into one Vamsa and destroyed the whole Vamsa. Kundi, one lady entered that Vamsa and protected the whole Vamsa from the destruction. But if you see from outside, both will look same. Tapas and self-destruction. So please understand, tapas and self-destruction will look same, but one is out of completion, another one is out of incompletion. Karna is an embodiment of charity. But unfortunately, his charity was dependent on his incompletion, that he is not recognized. His charity was just to get recognition. From the beginning, he had that one deep incompletion, not being recognized. So just to get recognized, he is ready to give up anything. Otherwise, why will he give his life protecting Kavacha Kundala when he knows the fellow who is asking is Deva, Devendra? his enemy's father. It is going to take away his life. But the deep incompletion of not being recognized, for the sake of recognition, the charity started. Please understand, charity done for the sake of recognition will only lead to destruction. That is what is the story of Karna. And same way, if you are not integrated with your Guru, everything you learnt will disappear, will be forgotten when they are really, really needed in your life. Many people think the teachings from Guru are enough. Dhamma is enough. Buddha is not required. Teachings are enough. Guru is not required. The Karna's story, learning from Parasurama, but not being integrated to Parasurama, it gives a pseudo confidence when you are really in the war, in the field, in the fight. You realize you don't have the powers which you thought you have to fight the life. I have seen many people, they have their own imaginary plans, how they can run their life without Master's presence. They think the teachings are enough, the words are enough, Guru is not required. The integrity with Guru is not required. They jump into the war, suddenly they realize whatever they learnt is not there. Is no more useful. It is forgotten. I tell you, integrity with the Guru is like electricity supply, power connection. Only that keeps all your machineries, mechanisms active. Whether you have air condition, refrigerator, heater, cooler, fan, light, laptop, computer, TV, fridge, bed, you may have everything. But only with the electricity supply, all of them will function, be useful to you. If the electricity is not there, power supply is not there, none of them will be useful to you. Same way, the integrity with the Guru is a power supply.
So beautiful, Bhagavan said, integrity with Guru is the supply energy for life. So with that, let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. Here, Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19, Shakti Sandhane Sariro Patihi. Bhagavan Parameshwara says, by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed manifests at once in length, breadth, depth, and time and space dimension. Bhagavan beautifully here, he says, the aiming and fixing the self on Shakti. Only if we have integrity on the Guru, then the uniting with the Guru, an embodiment of that which is cognized and willed, this as our cognition, basic cognition, then we manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. But aiming and fixing the self on the Shakti, first our declaration, our inner space is only for our Guru, not for our incompletion, not for our tantrum throwing, not for our laziness and boredom, but only for the space of Paramashiva. I am Paramashiva. I fix that on the space that Paramashiva has come down as my Guru, and he says, I am Paramashiva, holding that integrity as my ultimate integrity, and feeling Shaktipada, because I am Paramashiva, aligning to my Guru as Paramashiva, and embodiment of that which is cognized, cognizing that and build as that becomes the ultimate reality. But constantly we are struggling because the guru component is not there. Everything is lost. Just listening to satsang and being outside, Bhagavan said so beautifully, it is not going to help. Only if you surrender your arrogance, ego, and make it to will persistence and stay around him, will raise you to the ultimate oneness and manifest all the powers of Paramashiva. Beautifully, he says, still, after all this, there is no integrity with the Guru. Everything is forgotten. There is no use of what we are learning. Ekalavya, just the opposite. Even though his Guru refused him, he made a statue of Dronacharya and started learning the skill, and he became better than Arjuna. To that devotion and extension, he was able to manifest as reality. If you have the ultimate Guru connection, even if Guru is not there, you will be so chaste and you will start manifesting all the powers. The chastity to the Guru, the integrity to the Guru, who you are, what is the purpose of you to come to his Guru, the seeking, the earning, the gratitude, how Guru is raising, all this only leads you to the more and more closer space to the Guru. But more and more you start abusing, you start hating, and you start cheating, the more and more you're falling into unconscious. Even after coming to the Guru, you're falling into the unconscious. Only he can pull you out. You can raise yourself, but he has to pull you out. Only if he pulls you out, you're going to be out of the darkness. You can go to the door, but yes, that needs to be done. But only he can pull you out of the door, as he is in a different consciousness, different planes of the living. So only he can pull you out. We can only go to the extreme of building our mind, building our body, and being ready to receive him. That part is us, but that doesn't mean we will do it ourselves. Yes, we can do it. Bhagavan beautifully says you can swim from Europe to US, but it's the most silliest thing you can ever do, swimming across the ocean when you know there is a flight which can just be taken. That is how we struggle all our life. Like when Guru comes, we do not listen. Guru Vak is life. How Guru Vak lets us more and more the easiest and the straight path to break all the incompletion and go faster into the space of oneness with Guru. Bhagavan only helps us in every instant, only teaches us the right thing which is absolutely need to be done. But unconsciously, we do not know which is right, which is wrong, and we fall into the depression and get caught again and again, aligning to Guru Vak, aligning to the integrity with Guru, that I am Paramashiva. Only from that context, I'm going to work. I am Paramashiva. I'm going to remember myself as Paramashiva. From that context, I'm going to work. He says, we are each one is a space, state, and powers and beings of Paramashiva. I'm going to live, I'm going to eat, I'm going to walk, everything as Paramashiva, as he said. And that would be the integrity to the Guru. The highest cosmic vision that we have is the will. That is the will persistence, how we need to exist with the Guru in the human form to get the liberation happen at the ultimate, as the ultimate. Now, with this powerful cognition, Bhagavan will simply manifest all the powers of Paramashiva, the length, breadth, depth, time, and space. The Guru can break the depth and make us get into the next dimension. That is what the Nayanamas, Alvars, Posala Nayanar, when Shiva came, he pulled out the temple from the depth and placed it outside and gave him liberation. In any of the stories, you can see that when we live in depth, he can pull us out of time and make us reside in the space. Rest in space is what we need to do, but we are constantly struggling in the length and not ready to move to the depth component, the intensity, the integrity, and continuity, how we need to exist in the depth component and manifest all the powers of Paramashiva, going more and more towards the time and space component, where he will pull us out and simply we'll be at the other side and in oneness with Paramashiva. With such a powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana for the power of breath dimension, power of GPS, and all the prominent places around it. Here we have from Shiva Purana, Koti Rudra Samhita, verse 24-27. Shiva grants a boon to Gautama. Shiva was pleased and appeared before Gautama and told him to ask for a boon. When Gautama told the Lord that to revive him of all the sins, Shiva revealed the conspiracy of the sages that told that Gautama is always pure. Sinful person becomes pure by looking at him. So Shiva told him to ask for another boon. Gautama told that the news of his sin has spread everywhere and his intention of purification should be carried out. He therefore requests the Lord to make Ganga flow, and Shiva granted the boon and made the remaining water of the Ganga to flow down the Brahmagiri hills. The gods arrived there and praised Lord Shiva and Devi Ganga. They requested them to stay permanently, and the god told that when the Guru, Jupiter, will come in Simharasi, all gods will come and also arrive there. At the request of the gods and sage Gautama, Ganga flowed there by her name of Gautami, and Lord Shiva abides there as Triambakeshwar Jyotirlinga. Both of them were washed away the great sin of all the devotees. Such a powerful space of Ganga, whoever goes and takes a dip, simply all the sins are released from them. And whenever an enlightened master goes into Ganga, she gets regenerated again. She's so happy that again she's back. So all the great rivers have such a spiritual quality of removing our karma into the physical level and releasing us from those karma patterns. Such a beautiful and powerful cognition from Apta Pramana. Let's go to Atma Pramana.
Ishwaratva should be maintained. If you have greed for the Ishwaratva, it will be such a big obstacle for enlightenment. You will be a bandha jiva, bound person. If you are afraid of Ishwaratva, again you will not go into the depth and become enlightened. It is like a doorstep. If you are afraid of doorstep, you will never go there. So you will never go out and be enlightened, be in the open space. If you are greedy of doorstep, again you will be sitting in the doorstep. You will not go out and experience the free space. Neither be greedy, nor be afraid of this Ishwaratva. This all happens during the process. Understand? The technical term in this sutra is again Pradipa. Patanjali uses the same samyama second time only in this sutra. No other sutra speaks of same samyama again. Patanjali is a highly intelligent guy. He doesn't waste words. He's a straightforward guy. He doesn't waste words. He doesn't mince words. Sacred secret in the sutra is use Pradipa to awaken the extraordinary powers like able to see anything you want anywhere, able to smell anything you want anywhere, happened at any time and space. I can exactly tell you when the Meenakshi's marriage happened, how the smell of the room was, how the havan was happening, what was the smell of all those herbs, and what was the smell of the flowers, what was the smell of the flower she was wearing. I can tell you exactly the whole scene. I'll describe on Chitra Purnima day. We are going to have the Meenakshi marriage here, festival.
So beautiful how Bhagwan is able to tell all the details at any time or space about Meenakshi's marriage in Atma Pramana. Now let's go to Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramana are millions of disciple devotee all around the world initiated by Bhagwan, manifesting and sharing their testimonials and demonstration. Here we have the manifesting power of breath, power of GPS, with all the important things on the way. So we have a Nithyananda participant who has sat with the Balasans and who's now giving the beautiful testimonial.
GPS question, the directions to my house, which is also very close to the Ohio Temple. And for that, she drew it out. She drew the picture of, or the name of my house, the temple, the direct road between, the river behind the temple, as well as the spur road that goes off. So this was about her third question that she'd been asked. Now, if Yanatma's ready to project the pictures, the next one was much more detailed. I asked Atma Maya to tell the name and draw the church that I had gone to for many, many years as a child. So she immediately started drawing. If you can do a close-up here. She drew a picture of a building. Then what she said was, there's a windmill next to the church. And I said, I don't think so. Then one of, I think it was Vedanta herself, said, describe the windmill, what's on it? So if you can see, there's a cross here. I can't get it right. Here, you do it. My hand's shaking a little. Can you show the other picture, Mayanatma, the one with the cross? So show the other picture. So this was the picture of the cross. So she called this a windmill. And then later she kept describing this as the plus sign next to the church. So this is what she saw. Now, see the name, and you can see on the paper that she wrote two names for the church, either Jasmine or Rose. And so you saw from that picture the correct name of the church is St. Rose Catholic Church. And third, to compare the actual photograph of the church with the drawing that she wrote. And there it is. So we're so happy and excited to be entangling in part of this process. Thank you so much, Swamiji, Atma Maya.
Prataksha Pramana, scientific studies. What can be measured? Measuring the effects of being in enlightenment state. Vedic sciences have always maintained that consciousness is the very substance of space and time. His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Paramahamsa Nithyananda, has clearly defined the existence of 11 dimensions of consciousness. As per his elucidation, space can exist by itself. On the other hand, time can exist only in the presence of space, but can still exist without other dimensions, including the obvious ones, depth, length, and breadth. Source from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 2, Consciousness, page 83. In quantum terms, thought too is energy. Every cell of our body produces thoughts in the form of signals, which may be electrical, chemical, or otherwise. These can be measured in TPS, or thoughts per second. The normal TPS of the average human being can be hundreds of or thousands. Some thoughts are processed consciously, while others are processed unconsciously. A TPS of 0 is the state of Advaita, or enlightenment. Space is made up of strings of potential energy, which are in constant vibration, spanda, leading to the creation of virtual particles. This is the very basis of the Vedic truth of consciousness. In the Avatar Shastra, Swamiji mentions quantum physicist Amit Goswami's article about entanglement between two people. Quantum physicist of Indian origin, Amit Goswami, made two people meditate together. They were separated in two chambers, one person in each. When one person had a light stroked at his eye, it caused the firing of certain frequency in the brain. Remarkably, at the same moment, the other person's brain also fired, even though he never saw the light. This proves that the energies of people intuitively affect each other.
There are two kinds of movement in the world. One kind of movement is maximum speed limit with the speed of light. That's the kind of movement that is allowed in the domain that we call space and time. That's where matter moves, that's where things look diverse. But the other kind of domain is where the speed of communication is infinite. We call it non-local. That's the domain of potentiality. And if there is instant connection in that domain, then do you see it got to be one. If things are instantly interconnected, that interconnectedness is oneness. That is the oneness that mystics and spiritual teachers talk about. That is the oneness. So simply by recognizing that objects are possibilities, we are looking at a oneness. And then it's just a question of language. Question of language. What should I call this oneness?
Whole brain activation studies were done on Nithyananda Gurukul students. The Bender-Gestalt test assesses the level of whole brain activation, the student's ability to see the big picture and recall the details of it. It is more than an IQ test. It was showing outstanding results on the memory ability of the Gurukul students. It is very unusual for students to remember such a high number of Gestalt forms. Each Gurukul student attended to the test card carefully and persistently transposed the Gestalt form. Remaining calm, cool, and collected, they initially approached each Gestalt form with a keen observation and analysis of the form, and then exhibited a steady perseverance, attending 8-minute details. Source: Avatar Shastra, Chapter 8, Third Eye Awakening, page 177. Charting Future Terrain with Higher Education. This article explores the role of contemplative practices within an emerging interdisciplinary area that are referred to as creativity and consciousness studies. Within the new area, consciousness is studied from an integral perspective that brings together insights from a range of wisdom traditions and modern science. Meditation is presented as an essential first-person modality for investigating consciousness, and formal and non-formal approaches to meditation and delineated to establish important guidelines for the introduction of meditation into an academic setting. The role of first-person experience helps to develop new notions of rigor and interdisciplinary learning that can lead to an expanded educational experience, which can help to develop qualities such as mental clarity, inner calm, insights, compassion, and creativity. The article closes with reflections on the importance of expanding our approach to education in light of the demanding challenges and creative opportunities in today's world. Source: Meditation, Creativity, and Consciousness.
List of things which is required for manifesting the power of breath, drawing the GPS, and telling the important things on the way. the camera, Jnananjan, and pen and paper. Let's take a few minutes to set up the camera. Download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the timestamp is seen on the screen. Make sure the camera is facing you and the paper, what you're drawing, clearly and vividly. The place is very lit and very quiet to record these beautiful moments. Guidelines to manifest the powers. Turn on the video camera, apply the Jnananjan on third eye, bring your awareness to your third eye. Please write the important places around the GPS before giving the question to the manifester. Then ask the manifester to draw the GPS between the two places and write the important places. The manifester can see through the third eye and manifest and write down all the details which is shown through third eye. And once it is over, then you can verify, the partner or acharya or you yourself can verify whatever the important places are in that path has been exactly noted by the manifester. If the drawing and the writing matches exactly with the diagram, then you're perfectly manifesting the powers. If you have just got the few things correct, excellent. You have started manifesting, celebrate the manifestation. You will be more and more in the depth dimension to manifest more powers. Verify authentically the whole video and make sure there is no gadgets or books or no issue with the video, and then share the video authentically with everybody and with the powerful cognition with your family and friends. Listen to others' experience of power manifestation.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hence, sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thoughts. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level,
or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched, complete completion, to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva, that everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process for the Shakti Avishkarna. No video editing should be done for the Shakti Avishkarna power manifestation videos. Verify the video is not stopped or restarted during the process. All the videos should have the timestamp and wide angle view. No books or electronic things should be available during all times. No tampering of the drawing by showing the picture or giving clues completely prohibited. Do not prepare the questions, the GPS places, the important places in front of the manifestor. Do not give everyone the same thing. If they're large group, divide them into Nithyan and Ananda. Each alternate person can have a different places to find out the details about, and these places should be the real places, not the grass and the mud and the sky and the moon. It should be prominent places like lakes or some buildings or some prominent things in important places during the journey between the two places. Authentically, the path and the details should match exactly by anyone commonly just looking at it, not as an interpreted version of it and trying to say this is correct. Thank you for manifesting this power.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham